Hey party people, welcome back to BP Fun and another episode of Versus. I know we took a little bit of a break, but we're back with some really spicy matchups. I'm Captain Zeus, that there's Nova Burst, and today we're going to be going over one I'm sure a couple of you have thought about. It's Invincible versus Superboy. Now Invincible is we're going to be deriving from the comic version of him, since the show is only on its second season, and with Superboy we're going to be going from the Young Justice version of him as well, since there are a variety of different versions. Now, spoilers for some people that may not know about Invincible's comic counterpart there. But without further ado, we'll start off with the Invincible argument, and led by the notorious Nova Burst. And, take it away.
Definitely. So, you got Invincible, Mr. Mark Grace himself. Basically, he is half human, half Viltrumite. He gets it from his daddy's side, Omni-Man. Even though he is a half hybrid of Viltrumite, I mean, he still has everything a Viltrumite needs. Got that superhuman strength. He has the ability of flight. He's highly resistant to a lot of things. Absolute zero, like extreme heats and stuff like that. He's a very durable man. Okay, I'll tell you that. Referencing to the comics, he has even taken life-threatening attacks from opponents he had to face. One referencing to when he literally had a hole punched into him and still survived, only taking, I would say, like 2 weeks to recover from a gaping hole in his body. I mean, I only take 1 week when there's a gaping hole in my body, but
Of
2 weeks
course.
is fine.
Yeah.
Of course.
Rookie stuff.
So like just going off of that, I mean, my man is constant. Like he is Duracell. He is very durable. Even his DNA is very aggressive, in which it will evolve into like different environments to basically kind of like Darwin. Basically, his DNA and stuff will change rapidly to evolve to a situation that he needs it to be. Thus, the super cold, super hot. If he's like, I don't know, for some reason getting suffocated or whatever, his lungs will hold out. That's like the defensive side, Mr. Invincible. On the offensive side, I mean, he has beaten the no, basically he's beaten the toughest Viltrumites in all the comics. The Viltrumites are they are a warrior race in which they literally kill off all the weak Viltrumites and only the strongest Viltrumites survive. So, I mean, they are not a species to mess around with. If you're facing a Viltrumite, he's alive for a reason because he's murdered probably 1,000 others to prove that he's the best. Mark Henry, Mark Grayson.
Sexual chocolate comes in.
Mark Grayson, I mean, has defeated the toughest Viltrumites. Spoiler, beats up his dad after, the embarrassing season one. Eventually comes back and claps up his dad. Claps up Conquest, I believe that's his name,
Yeah.
or Conqueror, something like that.
Conquest.
Dark or whatever. I think that's his name. Starts with a T. I don't remember.
Thrawn.
Not only other Viltrumites, but just like other species in general. I mean, Mark just goes venturing out, and if whoever needs to clap cheeks with, not like in that way, but whoever needs to fight,
It's really. I don't remember reading that comic.
whoever he needs to fight, I mean, he just beats them up. I was about to say Terra Manure, but that's also pretty bad. Bad reference right there.
Oh,
I mean, that's why he is the strongest character in his comic. It makes very sense, and that's why he gets the name. I mean, defensively, he can't get through that. I mean, offensively, he tears it up. I'm sorry. Please go before I make another.
So while Nova here has read a lot of Rule 34, I on my end watched Substance. Everybody has seen the Young Justice series, classic. It's amazing. So much deep storytelling and just amazing action as well. And we have one of our more complicated characters with Superboy. Not only is this a clone of Superman, but also a clone of Lex Luthor. So, that's a dangerous combination as is. He automatically has a good amount of abilities from Superman when he is birthed, comes out of the fake womb. I don't know how you would call it for a clone. But basically, he has super strength. It's kind of a given. It's more of like his go-to. He does have infrared vision, so in terms of if he can't find somebody in the dark playing hide and go seek, he's got you. He does not fly though, which is a bit of a bummer. However, he has enhanced leap, which in certain conditions will essentially equate to flying. Especially the more he uses it, the higher he can go. Yes, I mean it's falling with style, right?
You're flying! This isn't flying, this is falling with style.
He doesn't have any freeze breath or supervision, which honestly I'm kind of glad, because that'd be just a little bit much. He does have super speed, so he definitely can keep up with some of the more faster characters in the series and in DC Comics in general. Now, we all heard about how, Viltrumites are so durable. Oh, he's a Duracell battery. Well, you know what? When batteries are used up, they get thrown away. So Superboy is literally half Kryptonian. One of, if not the stronger races in the DC Comics. And DC is brutal. There's a lot of fighting going on there. A lot of constant life-threatening situations that these guys got to go through. Now, if Superboy, for whatever reason, isn't able to defeat Mark with his enhanced strength and speed, using his surroundings and infrared vision to his advantage, and mind you, he also was trained by several of the Justice League members, including Black Canary, Superman himself at one point, and Martian Manhunter and Red Tornado, I believe. So he has plenty of combat experience under his belt and training, way more than Mark does, to be honest. Mark has to really learn on the fly. His dad didn't really teach him much, except for maybe the basics. Superboy, he learned. He knows how to fight. He knows how to use martial arts. And for whatever reason, if all of that experience and abilities doesn't work, he still has a boost from his other dad, Lex Luthor, where he can use the super patches, which will enhance his Kryptonian genes and kind of make him go into a Mark Grayson berserk rage, if you will. And he can unlock some of his extra abilities, like heat vision, like freeze breath, that's kind of like held dormant in there. And if we're going to be honest, Kryptonians are kind of similar to Viltrumites in terms of durability. So I could see this being a really close battle, to be honest. They're both more of the heroic side of characters, so they're not going to try to kill each other unless their loved ones are threatened or something, which they're not going to do to each other because of their characteristics. So this would be more of a misunderstood battle from what I would envision. And because of that, Mark would hold back for sure at first, and Superboy won't hold back, especially if he can tell this guy is strong. And so I could see Superboy not only getting the advantage, but also taking the dub on this. Especially since they're not trying to kill each other. Even if they are, I think Superboy would be able to get this handled pretty quickly. Again, with his martial arts and combat skills and abilities that he learned, he's going to be able to take down Mark without a lot of effort.
Okay.
But,
Okay. On the rebuttal side, I will agree. Invincible is not very the studious character when it comes to learning different types of fighting styles. That's just not in his vocabulary. He literally learns to beat the shit out of things and use his abilities and beat the shit out of things.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Even like intelligence side, he's not like studying, like super aggressively, I would say, compared to like Superboy over there. But who needs to learn when you're just so powerful? You know what I mean? When you're the strongest character in your comic, in your whole entire world, who needs to learn? You know what I mean? Your opponent will learn not to mess with you. That's what they'll learn. You know what I mean?
I mean, my rebuttal to that is the fact that Superboy is on par with Invincible, and Invincible's the strongest in his universe, and Superboy's not even close to the strongest in his, kind of tells you about the strength level of Invincible.
I mean, has Superboy beaten his greatest rival of his species?
His species is dead.
So I mean, like Superman. That's like the only.
That's not his greatest rival. That's his dad.
Okay, well, has he beat his dad?
Why would he have to beat his dad? Not
Because
everybody's a
Mark
freaking
beat his dad.
psychopath, though.
Because Invincible beat his dad.
Okay, look, Viltrumites are literally like psychos. They're bloodthirsty psychos. Kryptonians are
Exactly.
literally civil. This is how it is. Kryptonians are the Athens of Greece, and the Viltrumites are the Spartans of Greece. Okay, that's how it is. They're two different worlds.
And the worlds are colliding tonight.
And
Okay.
Athens will take the dub on this situation.
You haven't answered my question. Has Superboy
No,
beaten
because there
his
has not
dad?
been a need
Hmm,
to.
that's strange. I think Invincible has been his dad and everyone else who was ruling over his species and dad. So I don't know. I think
You know what?
Invincible got the cake on that one.
You got me
So
there. I mean, beating up your parents is honestly a sure way of proving that you're a dominant person in any matchup.
exactly.
But I mean, unless you guys want to go with his opinion, that's all about beating up your parents and Rule 34, or mine that has a lot more logic and reason. You know, you can let us know
No.
in the comments below how you feel this matchup is, or how it went, or who you guys want to see these guys go up against in the future. Once again, I'm Captain Zeus, that's Nova Burst. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and we will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.